All right, so here I am to bloviate. I'm just going to do a short little rant about no lives matter. Because at the end of the day, many of you kind of know this. Anyone who has struggled with any hard luck, you know how cold hearted the world can be, and society and people can be if you're in need, on average. And when you meet a person that's kind, that's usually kind of rare. Because a lot of times, the kind get burned. I've been on both ends. And fair to say that at times I was too self-obsessed and too self-absorbed not to see the kindness that was in front of me. And then I've been the victim of my own kindness and got burned. So, whose life matters? To you in your personal life, someone who has your back. Relationships should be win-win. If they're I win, you lose, they're not good relationships. So, I guess primarily I had this all this planned out, and now I'm kind of winging it right now, but I just want to say that to the MAGA, I guess the MAGA conservative community, you know that anything you come up with is going to be downplayed, and that punishment goes to you. And also I want to say this, you may disagree with this, but Trump lost. No matter how he lost, no matter which way he lost, he still lost. What can you do? Probably nothing. Or perhaps nothing. Maybe, I mean, there are so many people out there kind of grasping at hope that, you're finally going to get your victory, or things are going to come, this was for a while, that, the truth was going to come to light. And the truth is, people don't want to hear the truth, and people have their biases. And the people who have the bias against you will defame you and downplay the things that happened in this country. A comparative analysis, they'll always say, January 6th was far worse than the summer riots. And that's their belief. And that's, I guess you could say the legacy media, and much of the internet believes that as well. And much of the internet is, much of the people who control the internet are pro Black Lives Matter, and they are pro woke leftism. And if you choose to fight against them, they will primarily go to punish you and do you harm. And are these people rational people? Probably not. But what can you do with an irrational person? Anyone that has dealt with an abusive boss or an abusive parent knows that on average you cannot reason with them. And the best thing perhaps you can do is work around them and sometimes give in to them. And I'm just kind of looking at some of the things that people have said. There are people that believe that violence, is okay to stop speech that they don't agree with. They also, they definitely believe that punishment is okay, and punishment without any form of due process. If perhaps you don't believe in that due process is only for a court of law, but we're living in new times, and this kind of cancel culture that is on the internet is something rather new. And the leftists have been good at capturing it. And conquest ethic is part of human nature. And I don't think you can reason with these people who have conquered you or conquered the internet. They're not going to give it up through debate or discussion. It's only through, I would say, more forceful measures that's going to happen. And a lot of these people are fanatical, and they collectivize, and the individual is going to lose, in my opinion, to the collective, because you're outnumbered. So at the end of the day, no lives matter. And find someone who has your back. Find many people that have your back and will work with you to achieve the goals that you want. I'll have more to say about certain things and my observations of what I've seen, and the things that I, see within myself and that I see within this struggle that is going on through our nation and in the West. And again, these people do not want to debate you. They don't want to discuss with you. They just want you to obey. And the few people that, the people that are open-minded, a lot of them are just afraid. And these people rule on fear. And they make sure, on average, they make your life matter less. They make you feel worthless, and they treat you like trash and garbage. And the best thing you can do is strive to avoid them, and hopefully go to a place where they don't have any power, any footing. And I would say this again, I have more to add on, the Patriots. You got to look outside it wasn't it was no foreign nation that locked us down. It was no foreign nation that said mostly peaceful protest. It was no foreign nation that did cancel culture. These were your fellow Americans who aim to hurt you if you do not obey them. So if you buy and they're protected by the establishment class and by, big business, American big business. So again, why should you care about going outside of the country and buying products there? Because these people hate you and they're American. Anyway, this is Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. If there's anything that I missed or that you disagree with, just leave a comment. And when I tweet this out, also leave a comment as well. Thank you for listening.